Goblin House Studios.
Welcome to our actual play tabletop podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of our actual play tabletop podcast. I'm Matt, and I play Shrimp Stomp.
I'm Bianca, and I play Leilathia.
I'm Jojo, and I play Ninx.
I'm Spook Jim, and I play Galliot Delaric.
Hey everyone, I'm Cody, and I play Thornton Stronghollow.
And I am Adam. I am the Beachmaster. In our previous episode, quite a few things that are important for the long term took place. The party had entered the fishing village of Malar and looked around a bit, started drinking some sake, and Ninx decided to go up on the bluff where there was a shrine to the Fae Queen and try to commune with her and later the Earth Mother. And in doing so, she learned a few things. The Fae Queen's motivation was kind of vague, but angry at the people who had abducted a mermaid in the next village over and were doing who knows what to her, exploiting her to try to get magic out of her. And the Fae Queen was so mad at the disgrace of this that she withdrew her blessing from the village and nearby area, which insinuates that everywhere in Achaea, that Fae or genies or some kind of creature have some sort of blessing that protects the land and people in some way. You're about to find out what it's like when that blessing's revoked. A little thing happened though while they were drinking some sake. You know, there was talk amongst the fishermen in the village of why is this happening? This is terrible. What happened to the village over? You know, I hope nothing happens to us. So all this talk of the terrible things that have been happening to these innocent people that are because of this Fae Queen. And Thoradin, a little bit either tipsy or all the way drunk, I'm not sure. He had some words to say. He let it all go and told this Fae Queen off. As perhaps he should, given what she's done.
I'd like it noted Thornton did nothing wrong.
And from his point of view, he did nothing wrong. Galliot got on that bandwagon too and had a few things to say as well. What seems to have perhaps been related to that is Thornton's next drink of sake turned into some kind of briny blood fluid that smelled of iron and salt.
Oh, what does it taste like?
I'll let you know.
Did you drink it or did you spit it out or not drink it at all?
I noticed it before I
So you didn't even drink it. I believe your water skin or canteen or whatever you were holding your water in, you cast Purify food and drink on it, didn't you? And it seemed to have little effect. That liquid also turned into that briny blood. And that's where we left off. Well, Thornton, one thing I want to back up to address is it seemed to me that after what you experienced on the beach, during the fight with the Kestrel foragers, you saw these cloven-hoofed footprints in the sand near you. And near Shrimp Stomp, some very large, oversized, feminine feet appeared in the sand as well, giving you the impression that the two deities that you revere had made some kind of appearance. And you also got the impression that after a clang of metal, that maybe Satoan with his hammer or axe deflected a shot from one of the kestrels, preventing it from hitting one of you. And that gave you enough to think about that you made an offering up on the cliffs of placing a golden axe in the boulder. You seemed to be a little bit more dour and morose and had a lot on your mind after that. Is that more or less true?
Yes, it is.
So, something that might have been going through your mind is this. You know from history and religion that the gods in Achaia, they're not omnipotent, they're not omniscient, they're not like Zeus and Athena up on Olympus meddling in the lives of mortals. They're very much physical. And when they're there, they can maybe affect some change. But the idea of them magically doing something from afar that they're somehow aware of is a miracle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's so rarely recorded or maybe just attributed to faith. In South Moon, they have a sort of a saying or concept where if you see Noshkali, the giantess that wanders South Moon, leaving Sky Thistle in her footprints, if you ever see her hastening to the east, it may be because a tsunami is about to hit the eastern coast of South Moon and threaten the Solemni people that live there, as she's known for rescuing people and trying to help mortals survive that catastrophe. So those people aren't really saved by the goddess until she's there to pick them up out of the water. So what you experience was really miraculous and rare. So it might be occurring to you, why did Satoan intervene during a pointless beach battle with kestrel foragers? But why wasn't he there when you needed him the most?
Yeah, that is exactly
when your family was in danger.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going through his head.
That's weighing on you. So yeah, it's no doubt that Thoradin's probably in a dark, angry place. So there you are. You all saw the sake turn to blood. What do?
Beat up Thornton because I'm pretty sure it's his fault.
I'm gonna check my water supply as well.
You look at it, and for a moment you're, it's fine. And then a little red cloud appears in it and consumes the whole thing. It all is a briny blood now. That thug that was in the sand demanding more sake, a woman comes over, one of the ones that wore real colorful clothing and kind of a painted face that looks worse for a while. She pours him some sake and then screams and drops the jug as it looks like she just poured blood right into his cup.
Great.
Oops.
And the villagers are, what's going on? A few of them heard what Thoradin said, and they have all the blood ran out of their face. They're pale and terrified, and some of them go off and start whispering amongst each other.
Guys, we might need to go.
This is going to be worse than when those other people were looking for you.
Oh, it's gonna be worse than the bar battle.
She brings
What's happening to all the drinks?
I don't remember. Did all of us girls make it back yet?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah,
That's
y'all are
right.
back.
And you gave them your opinion.
That's yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of
That's what fueled the fire.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
Thornton started that wonderful conversation that he had.
You gave the opinion that maybe it was in y'all's best interest to just
Leave. Yeah.
Yes.
move along. and
Although Nynx really wants to not go save the mermaid, but I want to go have a conversation as to why she was so close and she got herself caught.
That's a good question.
Because, I mean, the town is being cursed because of her actions and the actions of the town. And not to save the town and not to save the mermaid, but to see why the Fae Queen would, be so mad, because maybe this was one of her handmaidens or whatever that decided to fell in love with one of the humans, and
Yeah.
it was, it was kind of like a Little Mermaid situation.
It's true. You don't know the story at all. You just heard this secondhand fisherman
Mhm.
gossip. But it's good that you make that point, because this is going on in the back of your mind as you're considering all these possibilities too. During your communion, the word curse wasn't really implied. It was just
Yeah.
she revoked her blessing.
Yeah,
And
and
here's
that-
the weird thing.
that's why I said it. Maybe it's because the Fae Queen doesn't know exactly where the mermaid stood and why she got herself caught, so she doesn't want to fully curse
Yeah.
the town. And maybe she thinks that the mermaid got, caught when maybe she willingly went. And, not that I want to go save anybody, but it's at least, Ninx. Ninx is
Yeah.
like, there's more questions than there are answers.
Is it safe to assume that when you see this happening to the water after what Thoradin said, that it made you worry that it was the Fae Queen that
Yeah,
caused this to happen?
yeah.
Well, if that's the case, you might wonder.
Is it?
Over in Ronwen, the next village, they took one of her court,
Yeah.
holding her prisoner, doing who
Yeah,
knows what.
That's what I'm saying is.
And all she did was revoke her blessing that she had given.
Mhm.
But Thoradin just talked some shit. And this instant, terrible punishment,
Exactly.
possibly.
That's why I'm
It
like,
doesn't add up.
that's why I'm like, okay. Thoradin said crap about the Fae Queen, instant water into blood or whatever, right? But why didn't she do the same? So maybe there's some sort of disconnect type.
Something doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's why I said it's worth going to talk to the mermaid and see. But at the same time, it's like, deuces, let's leave.
Oh, yeah, I want to go talk to the mermaid too. Quote unquote.
Thorin's like, I want to talk to the mermaid too.
Oh my God.
No, we are not attacking the mermaid.
Maybe not the mermaid.
Shrimp Stomp has other things to find out about the mermaid.
Yes,
Size 14.
I'm very curious.
So what size 14 breasts look like?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to work up some meaningful math to come up with what level 14 boobs are like.
Oh.
What is the ratio of fish to person?
Exactly.
That'll be my decision once you see her.
Where does it stop? Is it belly button? Is it fish all the way to the tits?
Is it all integrated half and half?
Is it literally
It's
just from the legs
it goes down this way.
So the top half is fish.
If y'all
Bottom
end
half
up
is
there,
legs.
you'll find out.
So I
This
guess,
wasn't worth it at all.
so I guess after all of that, we need to decide: are we gonna go find the mermaid?
I guess you've got other things to worry about first.
Yeah,
Don't you?
do we have enough time to go see the mermaid?
Maybe
Are we
if
even
we
gonna
could
have
just
water?
get out of her
See, that's the
blessings?
thing. We don't. If theirs already turned and dumbass is already turned to blood as well, probably means all of ours has. So do we have enough time to get somewhere to where we can get rid of whatever this is and start hydrating again?
Mm.
Or do we have time to go see wherever this cave happens to be first?
We could travel outside of her zone, further inland, and then continue adventuring from there to
But
a
we-
destination.
But do our characters know how her influence works?
Not well enough to guarantee anything.
Does anybody have any powers that have or spells with water? How did you clean
That's the very first thing Thoradin tried. And
Mhm.
it failed.
I tried
Purified
food and water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I also have create or destroy water.
You could use that. You
But
could try that.
yes, I don't know.
Have you considered destroying water in the ocean?
That only
Keep, keep recasting it.
that works to a very specific small amount.
Hmm.
It's only like a cubic feet amount.
Okay. So you said that the gods are like basically like the mortals, not exactly mortal,
They're
but
very closer
yeah.
to mortal.
does the same rules apply to the Fae?
The Fae don't have rules. That's the first
Mm-mm.
thing I would say about them. So, and if you'd heard rules about them that people had told you, they may not be based in any fact, or they could just be superstition. One reason they say the Fae are not to be fucked with is because they don't play by the rules, and they have all the cards in their hands, because where do you even find the Fae? They usually find you.
And y'all have a part Fae with y'all, and y'all aren't even.
Could we just summon the Fae Queen so that she's in a physical form and then cast summon water in her lungs?
No,
You
not
can-
if she's part fish, because
If you can figure it out, you can do anything you want.
Summon
I'm not
water.
going to tell you you can't do it. Let me rephrase that. I'm not going to tell you can't try it.
That or destroy water. Completely dehydrate her.
It could be possible that your puny second level magic that could probably say.
If
Not
we use it
beauty.
creatively enough.
Maybe.
We'll say we'll all have to go at once. We won't be able to actually take turns. We'll all just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, y'all don't fully understand or even know what the full extent of what's happening right now.
We don't. Fucking don't, Thornton.
However, you do hear
Galliot.
a few shrieks coming from further into the fishing village
Yeah, it's
as
the whole
other people
village.
seem to be discovering what's going on.
Mhm.
I think it would be safe for the town if we left.
Let's just go to the
They'll be
town that's
fine.
already cursed.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, let's make the other town
The
more
other-
cursed.
The other town has had its blessing withdrawn.
But we
You
have
could,
a curse.
You could call that a curse if you wish.
Okay.
But that wasn't the wording that Nink
Yeah.
got.
Shrimpstomp
Well, if-
wants to try to cast Prestidigitation on the yucky water.
On the yucky water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Describe kind of the motive, what you're going to try to do.
I'm just gonna try to clean it to make it drinkable again.
It doesn't appear to change. You'd have to drink it to find out if it's drinkable.
Shrimpstomp tries it.
You
Don't
drink
swallow it.
I've just put enough to taste.
Mhm.
Is it safe to say a goblin has probably consumed at least a little bit of blood sometime in their life?
Easily.
It tastes like very salty, clotty blood. You all watch Shrimp Stomp to see if he falls over dead in a few minutes.
We're all just like,
Yes.
it's super close.
Staring just nervously, just a drop. This tastes like battle blood. Old. It's not good. You can't clean it. It's not water anymore. It's changed to something else.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out an empty file that I have, or vial,
Mm-hmm.
and cast create or destroy water. And I'm going to create water.
Okay. You fill up the vial with what looks like clear water.
I'll drink it.
As you uncork it, just like the sake, once it kind of comes into view and it gets close to your lips, you see the red cloud appear and turn it into that very same battle blood.
I'm going to drink it.
Like Shrimp Stomp, you taste salty, iron, cloddy blood.
It's not the first time. But
You don't-
I am...
You feel a little kind of, that was gross.
Mm.
You don't feel sick yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Ooh, that doesn't.
Has anything changed about my bongos? So, like, if I play them...
Their color, and they're probably kind of slimy.
Yummy.
There's doesn't seem to be anything weird. Maybe as the moisture of the blood dries, they might get a little tighter and have a different sound.
Okay.
It sounds like an ominous wailing of a drowning person.
Okay, then
They're haunted.
Mr. Galliot, what do we do?
leave.
Where?
Yeah. I think it would be best if we left this town.
I most definitely think that the people here are going to kill Thornton if we don't leave.
You do see a group of them are
They can
coming.
try.
They've summoned the village elder.
Are you still drunk?
Oh,
Yeah, he literally is.
Then we are screwed,
This is
okay?
like 3 seconds later after after last time.
That short, leathery skinned old woman with the long frizzy hair who walks very slow is slowly being escorted in your direction by a couple of angry looking fishermen.
Uh-oh. I think we better go now.
Which
Well-
Does
direction
anybody
are we
have a
headed in?
disappearing spell?
You were headed east
Uh-huh.
and
Wait.
towards the second
Towards
village
the,
that is
that's
messed
not-
up
Yeah, the one that's
and has no fey blessing.
Really want to see the mermaid. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I still want to see the mermaid too.
Thornton.
I think we're just gonna have to do a roundabout way.
Which
I-
way are the
It's like
the
we're
villagers
at it's
coming
like we're at
from?
a theme park. It's like, no, I
Are they
want
coming
to
from
see
the
the
north or from-
mermaid.
I don't want to go
let's
eat
say
right
that
now.
north is the dead center of the village, and they're coming from the north. But to answer, you know that the Fae kind of have boundaries. You don't know exactly where they were,
Mm.
but to get to this village to the next, I believe they told you was like full day and a half to like go north far enough to get out of her range, which you don't know what the range is, only to turn around and come right back. Putting you right back into her range would probably be, unless the curse just magically went away when you left her realm.
Well, if we
It'd be
do
a
take that
difficult-
route, it might give us a chance to get an idea or brainstorm on this horrible thing that Thornton did to us.
Run it by a different fae.
But you don't know how far to go and where to turn around to come back.
True. We wouldn't know. We
have
could
no
miss it by
maps
like.
or
We're
anything.
talking about a very long U-turn, only to return close to the same spot.
Yeah,
Unless you want to bypass
So-
the next village entirely where the mermaid supposedly is kept at. We also need people to talk to figure out more about what's going on and where the next shipwreck is. Maybe
yeah, but the lady with the two guys looks awfully.
it might seem that this village is getting a little hostile. You don't know yet. She is coming towards you, though.
We'll just take the long route, and people think that they're gonna find us. We'll do that U-turn of whatever.
Or
and
Nynx could do her normal, innocent. Hi,
Mhm.
here's
Nah.
a trinket.
It never worked.
Nah, that shit never works.
The
As
last time arrows came flying, we don't want.
Hey,
to.
no, the arrows were not my fault.
Mhm.
I know, but they still.
it was still a not a cause, but an effect of the actions.
I just want to talk to him.
Okay. As I see the elder, can I meet the elder halfway? Alright. I'm terribly sorry that the Fey Queen has decided to revoke her blessing for my party's actions and mine. We will be leaving to fix this as soon as possible.
She kind of pauses in her tracks within range to hear you say that. You can't. Her expression is so leathery and droopy, and you can't tell what the hell she's feeling. But she pauses in silence for a minute, like she's considering your words. Yes, you have doomed us all. You should fix this. If my people can survive long enough to enjoy that.
I'm gonna bow down to her and then leave. I'm going
Walk
east.
backwards.
Okay. I was gonna say, ask where the mermaid is first.
Well, I mean, we know where the mermaid is. They're not gonna. We've asked multiple times. Like, they haven't given us any extra information because it's just a
somewhere near
rumor.
Ronwin, the next village, somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't.
So we need to
we need to haul ass.
haul ass to Rumlin.
Thornton is just going to start heading east.
Yep.
Like, he's not going to talk to the elder. He's not going to talk to anyone. He sets his equipment. Like, he checks it, makes sure it's all good and tight. He just
In a drunken stupor.
Just trudging.
he just starts trudging.
You
Don't
walk
forget
in
your
a straight
butt tag,
line or a
Thornton.
little bit.
as
Check.
much at disadvantage because you're on beach.
Oh.
It was a nat 20, wasn't it?
Little-
It was an 18.
Oh, it was an
first.
18. It looked like a 20.
You walk, you got a little bit of movement there.
A little bit of a sway.
It's not embarrassing. You still look pretty confident and pissed off, and you can take care of business.
But your traveling companions, no.
But you have
How
these
embarrassing.
grumpy traveling companions.
And Thornton is dead set on smashing this Fey Queen's face in.
Hell yeah.
I think we're all pretty much pissed off at her.
As long as it's still a Thoradin inside voice and not an outside voice.
With the next curse, it turns to acid.
And the first step in that goal is to interrogate the mermaid.
Gosh, that might be the only way to find out how to get a hold of Mother Faye.
Yep.
Interesting.
And I'm talking Soviet style.
No, we are not going to
No, we're
torture
going
the
to
mermaid.
question nice and release so that they can go put in a good word.
Thornton's going to follow.
You don't
That's
like
interesting.
water.
You
I
don't
wonder how
swim.
bad this is going to get. I'm interested now.
Thornton didn't like going down to goblin holes during the war either.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, neither did Shrimp Stomp.
They didn't enjoy that at all. Well, some of them enjoyed it.
Shrimp Stomp didn't like being in his cave at all.
Thornton's too angry to drown.
I feel like that would just make you drown quicker, but whatever.
Just sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
he didn't even take a breath before he went in. Like, he's just...
Just purple faced, holding it in.
The only air bubbles you see are from his butt.
Just rage farts.
Oh my gosh.
Just Thoradin angry stomping into the ocean, just
That's
staying on the
what-
bottom, just marching through.
That's what I saw is him just like
Like a crab walking along the bottom.
yeah.
Yep.
Like even the crabs at the they're like, oh no.
When you
Let's
see
stay
the-
away from this guy.
All the sea life just scuttles around him.
Even the coral moving out of your way.
When you see the ship or the divers with the big suits
Mm-hmm.
that do the recovery stuff,
Mhm.
like that's what I see for Thornton.
Just a super oversized suit. It's all wrinkled up because it does not fit properly. His eyes are at the bottom of that bell, and it's just a warhammer.
Oh man. Hopefully we can get some fan art of that soon.
Just these glowing eyes.
Just shrimp stomp on that boat, just lowering down the tube so he can breathe.
The snorkel.
Absolutely terrified because he's surrounded by water.
Speaking of glowing eyes, you all began heading east, right, to get away
Yes.
from this village and
Yes.
whatever they might try to do with all their harpoons. I assume moving at kind of a quick pace.
Yeah.
As fast as we can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're determined to head to a location now. We're not just searching around anymore.
We are on a mission. We are.
I mean, Thornton is like basically marching.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he welcomes the villagers to try something.
Not far from the village, which they do not go past the boundaries of they don't pursue you. They have enough problems right now. Washed up on the beach, you see some little mass, some shape, a little bit bigger than a person. There's a few small shore kings picking at it. But as y'all kind of get closer, they scatter away into the water. Do you look at what it is?
Wait, what?
Yes.
There's a mass that's been washed up on the shore. A little bit bigger than a person, just long and skinny.
Yeah. I'm gonna investigate that.
So is Ninx.
It looks like a dolphin that's beached.
Do I need to roll for that, or?
No, you can tell it's a dolphin,
Oh.
Is it alive still?
or it was a dolphin. It appears to be dead, but it's all lumpy, discolored. Its eyes are glazed over, but they're a glowing, solid purple.
Oh shit! Does it have mega cancer like us?
I was like, where's
Kind of
its
some
marking?
extra teeth.
Mm.
And you know what? It looks a lot like the kidnappers that y'all defeated to save Delphonora. Some of them are kind of mutant looking and have those glowing purple eyes. Reminds you of that.
Does he have a black robe on like they did?
It's a dolphin without any
It's
clothes.
a dolphin.
Well, I said it looked like him.
It has some kind of horrible, you can tell what gender it is.
I was going to
What
say,
is
that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
What gender it was?
Okay.
Does
Let
it-
me see if it had
Does it have a penis?
It's
Where
got-
are this dolphin's
it's got
boobs?
something. It's got an appendage.
Oh,
there.
Does it have a
It's a
large...
19.
Oh god!
Does it have a large slung or...
Why does it have both?
It's large and it's multi.
It's trans. You leave it
Multi.
alone. We stand the trans dead dolphin.
Yeah. It has several appendages.
No.
Anyway, it's a horrible deformed dolphin. It's really gross.
Does it have like all of the markings, like the penis,
No.
the spaghetti penis man?
Excuse me.
Oh,
Oh,
it, does,
yeah.
it does not have any arms or legs. It just has the fins. There's other than what I described. There's nothing particularly. It's just a gross dolphin that's miscolored.
So the only thing that reminds us of the other stuff is just the eyes.
yes.
That's the foremost thing.
Shrimp Stomp's going to avoid it.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna keep going.
it smells something. It smells really weird.
Yeah.
Thornton has not stopped.
Yeah.
Thornton's still out
No,
there.
it's just like...
Thornton
His
is on a
his
mission.
nostril is drunk. Nostrils are drunk too. Can't smell nothing.
At this point, it's early evening, and you'll need to make a camp at some point, I guess, once night falls. But while the sun is still out, you see something else interesting. As you're going along, I think you might see this first, Thornton. You see some shapes sink into the sand up ahead of you, moving in your direction, and they look like cloven hooves. They go in your direction, but still ahead of you.
Mm.
As in they're walking with us or towards us?
Walking with you,
Okay.
but ahead of you.
Mm.
Like leading almost. After a moment, you see big, humanoid, feminine footprints as well. Like they're walking with you, but again, just a bit ahead of you.
Shrimp Stomp's eyes are going to get really wide, and he's just going to start vibrating, but he doesn't. He's just like almost pointing at him, but just he's super excited. But it's not taking away from the fact that we got to go.
Yeah,
But-
of course. But they're moving pretty fast, so you don't have to slow down at all. You might even keep up.
Thornton, he'll sit there and like point it out to anyone else who hasn't noticed it yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was worried for a second. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, no, see.
Time to fight the gods.
Yeah, that's an immediate
It's like our
reaction.
time
was,
has
oh, shit,
arrived."
are those sprays?
Yeah.
It was like, are we just surrounded by them?
I guess at first it might look like a spray that was hidden in the sand that's coming up, but nothing emerges. It's just a nice,
Impressions.
big.
Lovely.
It's a cloven hoof that's like over a foot wide. It's massive.
Gotcha.
Shrimp Stomp is walking, almost jumping between each footstep, just making sure he steps in what he believes is Umaira's footsteps.
Each one.
Yep.
Leilathia, make a survival check.
can see shrimp
I've
jumping
been-
two huge jumps from
I've been
one
so
foot
good.
to another.
Oh,
So-
shit.
This is a tracking check.
Okay. That is a 2. Plus a 1. Plus 3, so.
Okay.
Have you smoked since we started marching?
We haven't. I mean, I
Oh.
haven't.
Okay, well that's our problem.
Smoking dehydrates.
Moon's shadow kind of keeps out of the way of all these footprints.
Of course, he
Rude.
because there's something wrong with him.
There's something wrong with that.
Jordan.
He doesn't have mega cancer, guys. That's what's wrong with
Speaking of, in your canteen, he keeps smelling it and wrinkling his nose and laying his ears back, and
Oh,
but he
man.
keeps going back and smelling again.
Well, I might as well just empty out. There's no point in carrying old blood.
You empty out into
Yeah.
the sand.
Mm-hmm.
He stops and he smells it real good. He sticks his tongue into the sand.
What the? Oh.
And he spits out the thing. And he lays one ear back like he's thinking.
What is it, Moonshadow?
It smells strange.
Well, it's most definitely not water, so.
Clearly. They'll keep going.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause we wouldn't see that. We're ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Lilith is going to start smoking now, and nobody likes to be around her when she's smoking, so.
Hold on.
No one.
I want to ask Thornton. So, it turns into blood when we start to drink it. So what if you just summoned the water inside of our stomachs? Because it technically is a
Thornton
space.
would need to know the exact volume of your stomach to avoid bursting it.
just like a little bit of water, you know?
Just
a little bit.
Hmm.
Surely that would bypass it once it's in your body, right?
Or. It'll
just-
still turn.
It'll just turn into blood, yeah. Turn all your stomach acid into blood.
Damn. That would make it impossible for you to break down food.
Maybe I should stop talking.
He's adding that math in
use,
as we
create
speak.
and destroy water in
He's
inside
typing it
Elliot's
into his
stomach.
notes.
Well, here goes. I use create or destroy water inside Leilothia's dog's stomach.
Aww.
What?
That's not nice at all.
I'm just joking. I don't do
It's just
that.
joking.
I don't know what I would do to you, but it wouldn't be good.
No, there would be anything you could.
You got to sleep sometime, sir. I don't.
So you're continuing to follow these tracks as the sun is beginning to set. Those tracks slow down and stop. And something clunks into the sand beyond where those footprints stop. You keep going.
Yes.
You get
Like I'm Lord, and I'm quite curious.
you get closer, and it's partially buried in the sand, but you can definitely make out enough of the shape. It's an axe,
Like a giant axe.
like a pretty big axe that a dwarf may have made, not for a giant minotaur.
Mm.
You get closer to it.
Yes.
It is the golden axe that you mounted on that boulder. But something about it has a different color.
Is it blood red?
It's like a glistening purpley red, like iridescent almost.
So
Look
not
to
like
it.
my sticky bongos.
It's been claimed by the Purple Clan.
It's purple.
I'm gonna say it's more maroon. It's a dark reddish
Okay.
Purple.
burgundy. I'll compromise on burgundy.
So I'm gonna approach it cautiously.
The handle is sticking out partially.
I'm gonna touch it.
You pick it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch it.
You pick it up. It is indeed the axe you left, but it's different now, and it feels powerful.
Ooh. Into the inventory it goes.
I don't know how well a gold axe would.
It doesn't look gold anymore.
It doesn't look gold.
Some other metal. and you hear a voice in the back of your mind, and it almost has, you can't put your finger on it at first, but the feeling it gives you is remembering like your grandfather's voice or your father's voice. And it says, kill the Fae,
Fuck yeah.
kill them all.
No.
Gosh,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Why does Thornton need that kind of motivation right now?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Leilathia, please make another tracking check.
It's a 4.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna have to go back to my yellow ones.
Piss
The
dice
old-
have always been the
The
best
old
dice.
trusty dice.
How dare you disrespect
Okay.
piss dice?
I didn't know.
Look at them. They're sad.
Does anyone else have survival?
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure I do.
I think
Let
I
me-
do. Hold on.
Let's see what it's at.
I have a +1. I have,
Yeah, I'm
I
plus
have a-
5.
I have a
Yeah.
+5 for survival.
I have a +5.
Make a
to
roll at
intimidation.
disadvantage.
Man.
You don't have survival.
Everybody.
You're fixated on the axe. Your mind's elsewhere, and you're drunk.
And you're drunk.
And you're drunk.
Ooh, that is going to be a 20,
What should I get? I got
23.
Damn. At disadvantage?
Yeah,
It was meant to be.
Okay.
22, sorry.
a 10.
A 10.
Okay.
Good job.
Shrimp Snob, I guess honestly, you're the one paying the most attention to these footprints as you're
I'm hopping in them.
as you're jumping into them. How would you even tell this? I'm gonna guess you're inspecting them.
Oh,
Pretty-
oh
pretty
yeah.
closely,
Oh
right?
yeah. He's slowly becoming a foot person.
Oh,
I want to
Lord.
note I didn't have forethought into what part of Umaira I put forward, and feet wasn't what I had in mind. It
It's
just
been a constant
Things happen
in
that
this
way.
campaign.
um
Feet.
like the gait of these footprints are kind of weird.
Okay.
Like she'd be walking funny to make these footprints. Maybe she walks funny. You don't. When you saw her, she was probably just floating on this golden
Yeah.
cloud, or kneeling probably to get close enough to you to talk to you. And when she kneeled, of course,
Them
quite a
nubs.
bit of cleavage is exposed.
Of course.
her
She wasn't
toga.
wandering around. And the circumstances of when we first met, I wasn't focused on how she arrived or got there because I was focused on the dead
Yeah,
the dead person that I was trying to take care of.
gotcha. That's just something odd you notice. Maybe she like fell down the stairs and hurt her hip, and it gives her a weird gait. You don't know.
Would I be able to sense her radiant love or wonderful pinkness that she emanates? Would I notice that, or notice the absence thereof if it's not actually her?
Sure, it is actually her.
I haven't decided yet.
I don't know,
on
bro.
the roll. I mean, you're excited about it. You assumed it was her. But you don't really. You don't feel what you felt when you saw her.
Okay. I think Shrimp Stomp would be doing one of those kind of reactions where he's kind of skipping and hopping between the feet, and he just slowly kind of stops, and he looks back at the way the steps are going, and just kind of like that slow curiosity. His facial expression changes even of something's off.
Something's off. Yeah, that's something's a little off.
And it'd be like, I don't know if he would voice it, or if he's gonna stop walking, and he's just gonna be staring at the feet, at the footprints.
I think Galliot might pause too and ask him what's up. Something wrong?
It's not intentional.
I don't know if something's wrong, but something doesn't add up.
Could I do a check? I don't know what check I'd be doing, but could I do a check to see what's going on?
You could do if Shrimp Stomp explains what he's worried about, you could do an insight check. But without that, you really don't. Nothing seems weird. Other than the footprints of a goddess, you don't really know what's going on.
The footprints, they look like hers, but they don't feel like hers. It's like, I'm happy they're here, but my happiness is inside me, not around me, you know?
I'm gonna go ahead and do an insight. That is a full 5. Not just a normal 5, but like a big 5, you know?
5 plus.
Like a chunky
It wasn't a
5.
little 5, it was a big 5.
It's not like a normal 5. It's big, bro.
Is it thick with 2 C's?
Yeah. He's got great personality, too.
So, go ahead.
You've never seen a god or interacted with this, so it seems kind of miraculous. But you can't get the vibe he's getting. You don't have the context.
So at this point, I have fully lifted this battle axe up, like I'm holding it in both hands, and I turn back towards the group.
Would it help if Ninx did a religion check?
Yes, but make that while he's saying what he's gonna say.
And I just I'm holding this gift from Satoan, and my gaze falls on Ninx and Leilafia.
So
You do not. You don't necessarily feel a compulsion to kill them. You did get some
21.
instructions. 21.
Yes.
That is true. You know that it would be a major miracle for a god or 2 gods to magically manifest on the other side of the world, wherever they are, to help you guys on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like this happens would go down in folklore. If the villages here knew about it, they'd talk about it for generations. It's out of the ordinary. Now, being sent a weapon from your god for your holy mission, there are stories about that. There's in fact a god named Moratom who's known for that. He'll show up when you're maybe on death's door. If he wants to see you, how your story's going to continue, he may give you a magical weapon to help you win the battle. Usually he watches impartially, but every now and then he throws you a bone. So there's precedent for it. It's just really, really, really rare.
Ninx, knowing that and seeing that, does her normal paying homage. So she bends down and drops the mushroom or 2, or plants a mushroom or 2.
As you're continuing to turn that around in your mind, you think, well, wait, sometimes that happened. Weolda in her cemetery, she seemed to have power over things in the cemetery. Maybe there's gods that, that do have a connection to an area and can manifest stuff in that area.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's just weird.
Yeah, that's why she's, in case it happens to be, she's just going to go ahead and do it, just, be err on the side of, yeah, to be cautious, and also to just do her normal thing that she does when she sees something out of the ordinary and spectacular. She always makes sure to do her little ritual.
To just where you put the mushrooms, and that's all, not a communion.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoradin, why are you mean mugging your own Fae party members with this axe?
No, I don't know.
It's because you're drunk. You're not
Hey,
processing
it's
your
been,
thoughts right.
It's been a whole day.
Has it?
It has.
It's been half a day since.
Yeah, it's been half a day.
So you might have a hangover. Calm down.
I
A
might.
hungover.
A hungover.
Shrimp Stomp, while he's standing there talking to Galliot, he's going to slowly turn and finally see
And he's probably
Thoradin with this
hungover.
the weapon and everything.
What is Thoradin's
Great.
like expression?
Like,
what is he
he's-
conveying?
He's excitement.
That's even scarier than I
Right?
thought you were
yeah,
going to
he's
say.
hungover. He's
Okay.
hungover as ever.
Hey, my god just gave me a weapon
To kill all the
to
things.
Yeah.
kill all
Well,
Fae.
Mine gives me Sky Thistle. Makes me happy all the time.
Mine gives me rocks
But it is
and
kind of weird that
mushrooms.
it's a different color and, it's all purple.
Again, burgundy. It's a reddish purple.
Oh my god, Thoradin. Is your
Iridescent.
favorite color bright purple?
It's not.
It
It's
looks like
not.
a brutal magical weapon forged by a god or something. But you can tell from other details it is in fact the axe that you left.
How would Shrimp Stomp interpret his facial expression?
That's why I asked. I'm not sure. It seems pretty
Yeah.
spooky to me. I mean, the impression I'm getting is he's ready to butcher some of the party. I hope that's not the case, but it
I
kind
know.
of sounded like
That would be sad.
It would be horrible. Then we'd have to kill Thoradin.
Let's do it.
You know what?
Whoa there. Hey now.
No, I'm like excited to have like this
it.
godly divine weapon left, given to me by my god. I'm not even like questioning it, which is
Okay.
weird.
I'm good.
There's one part of him that's like, this isn't real.
The footprints all disappear. The sand rises up, and it's all blemished, but the footprints are gone. You only see your own now.
What'd you do this time, Thoradin?
Yeah.
They've served their purpose.
I'm fulfilling my destiny.
Do it.
The hatred flow through you.
Oh, Lord.
He takes a swing.
Shrimp Stomp's going to notice that the footprints have left.
Seeing as he was in them.
Yeah. So, like, my feet, did I rise up with the footprints disappearing, or did the sand just bury my feet?
Oh,
Can the sand
gosh.
bury his feet? That sounds lovely.
The sound buries your feet, kind of.
Okay.
Feels very cold.
Sandy?
Very
Feels
cold.
feels pretty
Cold?
sandy.
Okay.
Like wet, cold water.
So between the footprints not feeling right, them disappearing on their own, and Thoradin finally smiling for once, and having this burgundy glowing weapon, he's going to become very suspicious of this weapon. Something's not right.
I don't think Thoradin would believe that at this point.
I don't think so either. But Shrimp Stomp's just he's feeling very confused of what he thought all of this was just a few seconds ago. It doesn't feel proper or how he remembers things should feel when interacting with anything to do with Umaira.
Yeah. But then again, maybe she was just sort of there just to be supportive, and it was really Satoan, his task,
You know,
little errand to drop this off to Thoradin.
in Shrimp Stomp's mind, if Umaira was there, she would have definitely given him another hug.
And she's also not big on just dispensing weapons.
Right.
But then again, she might have just been along for emotional support. And emotional support, mommy.
for Satoan, not for Shrimp Stomp.
Not there for me.
Oh no!
He's just trying to get on everybody's
Satoan
bad
a
side.
bachelor, or
Huh?
is he?
I said, are you just trying to get on everybody's bad side?
No, I'm actually like out of character commenting on that
Umaira's just chilling with Satoan.
because I also don't think Satoan is in the habit of dishing out weapons.
But he is the blacksmith of the god. He does make the weapons that some of the other gods use,
True.
except for like the really awful gods. Delsinora, you can hear it because her knees pop. She kneels down and kind of digs into the sand.
Oh, what is Grandma doing? I don't say that, but like, what is Grandma doing?
Brutal. This poor NPC. She's kind of is digging in one of the spots where a footprint was. Moon's shadow is smelling the air. He kind of wants to go over and smell that axe, but he's not going to go close to Thornton. He's afraid.
Yeah, let's just not be around Thornton for the moment.
Thornton's going to walk up to everyone. Leonathia, check this out.
I would just push Moonshot out of the way and use the force of his heavy body to push myself out of there.
It's a good physics.
They scatter.
Physics hack there. Okay. The sun's setting. You will need to make a camp in a
Yes.
couple hours or whenever you want, I guess.
I think it'd be a good time to stop.
Yeah, Galliot's gonna start lighting the torches, but he doesn't go down to the beach.
Shrimp Stomp does go down to the beach.
Okay. Start with you. What do you do?
He goes down and doing his best to try to remember the words that he's listened to everyone say on the other nights. He's going to say that the night is beautiful, but not nearly as beautiful as the Fae Queen.
Okay.
And then he's going to take a what do I have? He's going to take his he has a small knife that he has wrapped up buried at the very deep part of his pack. And it looks very goblin made, very old. And he's gonna kind of like not like angrily throw it into the ocean, but kind of just like toss it like an offering.
What is the significance of the knife?
The knife, it is actually his grandfather's war knife
From the war.
from the war,
Okay.
and it's basically one of the few things he actually took from the cave when he was fleeing.
Okay. You in the distance in the waves, you see a few orange, pink, and white and blue lights kind of under the waves. Y'all have seen it throughout your whole journey at night. These little lights. Who else?
Nynx goes down.
Okay, what do you do?
She doesn't light a candle, but she does grab one of the, because she's been collecting flowers and whatever. And she says something to the effect of the dew on the flowers doesn't glisten as brightly as the glisten of your eyes.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
And I just throw the flowers that I have in the water and I watch them float away.
Okay. You just like Shrimp Stomp, you also kind of see the lights. Okay, who else does what?
I don't go down don't go down there, but I do find the comfortable rock with Moonshadow and just smoking it up, just chilling.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for them to come back up
Mm-hmm.
and wait for the night to come advance a bit more, and then I'll go down. And I want to. Galliot hasn't talked to the god or gods of the ocean enough for as a
like
sailor.
the sea god,
Yeah.
Neocles. Okay.
As he's even fuzzy on if there's just Neocles or if there's more.
You have every reason to believe there could be more,
Mhm.
but in this area, Neocles is the top dog.
So he's going to address them as Neocles and the gods of the oceans, if there's more. I know I haven't spoken or communed with you far enough, especially as a sailor, but I would like to request insight on how you feel about the Lady Beneath the Waves. Adam's over there bouncing.
So, oh man, that's good. Okay, Galliot, just to confirm, you're basically asking the sea gods some insight into how they feel towards the Fey Queen.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I mean, I didn't call her the Fey Queen, but yes.
What did?
I called her by her name. The Lady Beneath the Waves.
Oh, sorry. Okay, gotcha. Immediately you don't hear or see anything, but kind of a breeze hits you coming off of the ocean, and you see in the water some kind of purple, dim light, kind of like algae sometimes has a color in the water, but it's purple, and it gets closer and closer to the shore and turns the foam, the sea foam, kind of a ugly brownish purple color. And you see weird reflections in the water, of course broken up by the movement of the water, but you can't tell what the hell it is, but it's kind of strange. And you hear in a voice, it's probably the voice of either your father or a sailor you really respected and looked up to as an elder, a voice you trust. And it says, she claims this land. It's not hers. She's a usurper. I bled for these shores.
I think Galliot's first reaction is to, one, freak the fuck out. Because, I mean, he's never really, done something like this. Of course, he's watched his mom and dad do it, and kind of half-heartedly, sat at the altar.
You usually don't get answers.
Yeah, exactly. It's and he's heard how Neocles or the sea gods don't say anything.
Neocles himself is just mute. It's like a kind of a Godzilla figure. He shows up and defeats the monster and leaves. And that voice was in your head. It wasn't coming out of the water. It was in your head. And it repeats, I bled for these shores. They're mine.
Could you possibly help us do something about that?
You would help me fight her?
She has not given me a reason to stay on her side.
You see the truth, then. You see that these shores are mine.
Of course.
Kneel down. Get closer. Let me see your face.
He bows down to the water, getting on his knees.
The reflection you see kind of moves around, and you almost see a face. Like a vague, two eyes, a nose, a mouth, but you can't make out anything about it. Mortals live and die on my back. They are like my children. You have my blessing.
Thank you.
You feel a warm feeling come out of the water that somehow sends a chill up your spine just by being warm.
Also, Galliot is fully willing to, make a contract with Neocles if it comes to that. At this point
do
in
you
time.
say that? Or do you think,
I don't think
do you
so,
think that
but he's thinking it.
the voice in your head, again, of some elder that you respected, distorts a little bit and sounds upset. These shores are not his either. It sounds a little angrier now. It doesn't seem like you're talking to Neocles.
All right. He'll make note of that, and I guess
Do you have any idea what it takes to survive in that abyss? You're not sure what the context to that is.
no. He's
Almost like he's
thinking
saying
about
it to
how his
himself.
parents drowned in the water. It's a bit like an abyss.
Wonder if the sea god took them from you. He puts that suspicion in your mind. So many enemies.
Thank you for speaking with me. And then he leaves.
You see Galliot come back away from the beach. What is your expression?
His face is pale. He's pretty shaken up. He's like, he doesn't know what he talked to, but it wasn't Neocles.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't Neocles. He's not gonna mention it.
You should have asked for his name.
Should have.
Okay, when you come back to the camp, what is going on at the camp, y'all?
So Thoradin, he's sitting in his little bedroll, like just examining this axe,
Mm-hmm.
just appreciating it. And he wants to know more about it, so he is going to cast Identify.
Do you have that pearl?
I do. Because we have pearls.
Now you're gonna need 2 pearls. Do you have the wine and the owl feather?
Doesn't need wine.
Doesn't need wine and an owl feather?
Mm-mm. Just needs a pearl and an owl feather.
Oh, okay.
Ninx,
5th edition decided that was too
Minx,
complicated.
what?
may I have one of those pearls?
No.
You left the axe on your bedroll, right?
No, he's holding
Oh,
it.
he's holding it.
Please?
She thinks for a minute. Against her better judgment, she hands one over.
Thank you.
What are you wanting to do with it?
I'm going to identify this weapon.
You want to see if it's good or if it's evil?
Oh, it was given to me by my god. It's very obviously good.
But Nyx has a stone on her that can detect whether it is good or evil.
Are you going to use that stone?
So, I mean, and it just instantly starts glowing and lets us know.
You have to, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have to kind of concentrate
Yes.
to get an answer from it. Do a little ritual maybe.
So I could do that instead of us using a pearl.
You could tell him to try that first.
Yeah.
So your stone is cast the spell Identify then, does it?
No.
No, but we wouldn't have to sacrifice a pearl that we have.
So you want to use your little pebble there
Mm-hmm.
to see if the weapon is evil, even though it's clearly given to me by my god. Fine.
I mean, yeah, what's the difference between me doing that and you identifying it?
Well, if I were to cast Identify, I would learn how to use the weapon.
Well, true.
How to use like its special properties and such.
Because I feel power radiating from it.
See, now,
Divine
knowing
power.
that, then Nyx more willingly hands over the pearl to see, because she wanted to get the real reason. So, she digs through her pack, and she doesn't give you just the smallest one. Because she wanted to know where your heart was. And you saying it with that much passion, or feeling that you had that much passion. She doesn't give you the smallest one. She gives you not the biggest one either.
she gives you the mid one.
Yeah, you're mid.
She gives you the one that she feels has not the most value, but is almost the most precious of them all.
The purple one.
So,
There's a
alrighty. So she digs through her pack and she hands you the pearl.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And a mushroom.
He takes the mushroom.
you're a divine spell.
Uh-oh. Adam's about to have some fun.
Let me roll to see if
Is this going to be a karaoke incident?
Delsinora is listening and kind of stroking her chin, thinking. Have you all been talking about your suspicion about this, or is it just individual things that y'all are thinking of in the back of your mind? In other words, is Delsinora privy to the things that y'all are concerned about?
If Delsinora heard Shrimp Stomp talking to Galliot earlier, she would have heard what his suspicions.
Yeah, I think I would go back to Galliot. Not Galliot. I'm going to talk to myself in the corner, you know. I'm going to go back to Shrimp Stomp and be talking to him while all this is going on.
Do you tell him what you experienced down by the water?
Not yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Nynx still isn't 100% sure that he should do what he's about to do.
Oh, sure. Delsinora kind of watches with interest, but doesn't. She clearly is interested in seeing what it's all about, but she doesn't say anything or intervene.
But in Nynx's mind, he sacrificed his own pearl and not everybody else's.
That's quite fair. Okay.
Well, I take the pearl, the mushroom, and the axe back to my bedroll. I sit down. I ruffle through my pack into my components pouch and pull out the feather. And I lay them all out and start muttering to myself.
And Nynx still she gets within close range, not extremely close range, and she has her stone, and she's concentrating.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's, like I said, she's 100% not behind what he's about to do.
So I'm muttering to myself in Dwarvish.
Because that axe didn't look right to her.
And as I'm doing, I'm like holding my hands over the axe. The pearl and the feather start glowing. And I'm going to say they're probably glowing like a faint purple. Appropriate. Like a sickly purple, I
Sickly
imagine.
purple, yeah.
And I'm going to lay my hand on the axe and cast Identify.
As your mind is processing all this information that's coalescing to reveal to you about this, your heart starts pumping, your adrenaline. It's fucking Faye. This makes you mad. You get the impression that this axe inflicts a wound on Faye that cannot be healed, and it makes you resistant to their attacks, and it helps reveal their presence when near. And you get the sense that it will help you persist in battle against them. In game terms, you It inflicts a wound that I'm going to give of an ambiguous type on Fae. It grants you resistance to their attacks, and it has 10 charges that will bonus action heal you, like a first level spell, Cure Light Wounds. Other than that, just a hazy bunch of emotions are coming out of this thing. They give you feelings, but not information, and that's all you can deduce from it. Though you do kind of re-experience your own feelings and process of forging it, because it tells you kind of the history of it. But as far as how it got to you, just this welling of anger towards the Fae. And that's what you get out of it. As you're focusing on it, Delsinore is nearby and she asks, "What are you doing?"
I am concentrating on the stone because I don't 100% trust the magic that's in that sword, in that weapon.
You mean you think it's cursed?
Possibly.
Well,
Because of what?
cursed weapons don't reveal that.
But I don't know if it's a good curse or a bad.
You won't know. Those spells reveal much, but not whether it's cursed. The curse reveals itself to you when it chooses. We studied this.
I'm mainly doing it for his protection.
And that makes sense. Delsinore was quoting the rules for cursed weapons right there.
I figured.
They are not revealed by identify or detect
Yeah.
evil or detect magic.
I know.
The audience now knows.
I was picking up.
All right. As everyone gets down for the camp with these interesting developments, we're going to have to see what happens next time when we pick up on episode 35.
You can follow us on Twitter/X at GoblinHouseST.
You can also follow us on Snapchat and TikTok at Goblin House Studios.
You can follow us on Facebook at Goblin House Studios, and we now have our Twitch, which is Goblin House Studios, and all of our socials are attached on our Twitch and our new Discord.
Yes, our new Discord, official Discord we have for everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.